So hum. So hum. Greetings, celestial angelics of the new earth, rising up, waking up. Here we go, less than 24 hours before this massive activation portal of the blood moon eclipse on the 26th. Today on the 25th, many powerful, intense energies flowing in. Although the Schumann resonance very quiet today, we're feeling these intense energies in our vessel, in our hearts, and our crystal palace in the center of the brain being activated, all preparing us for this great activation tomorrow, which is the catalyst for the great awakening, the great shift. Our website, primedisclosure.com, has been taken down. It's been offline all day. Our IT guy has been working on it all day. So our site's totally down. The server's down. We're not sure why. So we're working on this. So hopefully it'll be back up soon. Not sure if it's from these solar flares or other efforts from unmentionables. Either way, we keep going through and through and through until we totally break through this compression breakthrough. And last night in the higher dimensions, our two gold dragon masters came to me. In our lineage, I've trained in many years and taught for many years Kunlun, Qingfeng Dao Shi, and Diana Dao Shi, Rainbow Body Masters, for this final activation. And I woke up, I came back into this realm, felt like a fire in my belly. And these are powerful chi activations which will be coming through in today's transmissions. So feel into the energy, release what no longer serves, let go, and allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling, and then allow yourself to move through these energies. Allow them to carry you back to source, to your true self, upon these waves of awakening. These waves, these pulsing energies of higher dimensional photonic light that is flowing into the field as we speak. With our website being down, we posted today's transmissions, the transcriptions, on our Patreon page, which you can access at whitegoldeagle.com. So with these powerful energies coming in, we had 139 M1.5 or greater earthquakes all over Pachamama. Ring of fire, again totally lit up. Fire in the belly. This is trial by fire. This is purging through the divine feminine fires of the Christos energy. With the most powerful today, 5.4 in Tonga on the Ring of Fire. Earlier today, off the coast of Chile, 4.6. Homer, Alaska, 3.3. Mastery of 33. 64 kilometers depth. The 64 codes of the Matrix. Kermadec Islands, New Zealand, 4.9, 13 of the Divine Feminine, just south of the Tropic of Capricorn, 122 kilometers depth. Okinawa, Japan, 4.6. Another activation in Chile, in the sacred Andes Mountains, Kundalini of Pachamama, 4.5 magnitude, Council of 9 coming in, 106 kilometers depth. This is one of the homes of the Great White Brotherhood, and this is in Paine, Chile. Unimak Island, Alaska, 3.5, Fiji, 4.4, Divine 44, 592 kilometers depth, very deep. Again in the sacred portal in Africa, Rwanda, 4.7, and a 4.4. Itzu Islands, Japan, 4.5, Puerto Rico, 3.4, Anthero, Greece, 4.3, Fiji, 4.3, 43 of the sacred 77, Solomon Islands, Son of the Moon, the Yin and the Yang, 4.6, Okinawa, Japan, 4.8, another activation in Solomon Islands, 4.9, a 13 again of the goddess, the queen, sacred feminine, Taiwan, 4.9, another activation. In South America, there were 3, a trinity, creating a sacred triangle over the Tropic of Capricorn, 4.2 in Chile, 4.3 Chile, and then Argentina, 4.4. Myanmar, 4.2, another activation in Fiji, 4.4. 4444, 88 of the Lion's Gate, the Lyran Nation of the new Lemuria, the Royal Lions, 517 kilometers depth, very deep. Another activation, Africa, Rwanda, 4.3. In Tibet, Autonomous Region, China, 4.5. Junction, Utah, 3.6. Romania in the Sacred Portal, 4.3. Tonga, 5.4. Turkey, in the portal there, 4.3. Another activation, 2 in Okinawa, Japan, 4.644. Puerto Rico, 3.0. And then Mariana Islands of the Maria, 4.3. Mary of the divine waters, the holy waters flowing in from the Holy Spirit, divine feminine rising up, greeting and meeting, the divine masculine, the eagle, the condor fly freely together over this great realm. Nothing stopping us now, beloved beings of light. Victory to the light, love has won. Aho. We continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now, the moon is at 29 degrees, 38 minutes Scorpio. The sun is at 5 degrees, 4 minutes Gemini. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 0 degrees Scorpio. Children in Halloween costumes indulging in various pranks. And the current Sabian symbol for the sun at 6 degrees Gemini. Workmen drilling for oil. From astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred condor pulls a card for you from the tarot deck Shadowscapes from Stephanie Poi Moon Law. And the card she pulled for you today is 9 of Pentacles. Her spiritual being is in communion with the material aspects of her life. She strives to make that connection musically through such an elaborate and mechanical instrument as a piano, metal and wood, and weighty mass somehow crafted to create order and beauty and ringing sound. This piano, however, is no pure man-made one. It is tuned to the surrounding world. It is inextricably entwined into the fabric of nature, growing like the living trees around it do. It is a part of the forest, a part of the moss and leaves and bark, and the songs that trickle forth as her fingers fly across the keys echo with that influence. She is alone. She comes out here to seek the solitude that the woods offer. She is content in her self-sufficiency. The snail shell she sits on and the spirals in the branches of the trees are a physical representation of the golden mean ratio, a continuum that approaches the infinite, approaches balance, approaches the ideal. She does not look at her hands as she plays, but gazes up at the stained glass perfection of the sun shining through the leaves from above. She smiles and basks in the warmth and the emerald radiance. The 9 of Pentacles is a balance of the material with the spiritual. It is material well-being and refinement, discipline in order to attain such, relying on oneself and trusting in one's own abilities. It is understanding and appreciating the wealth that one already possesses. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, S.A. Smith, energies continue to flood in as usual, but we have CMEs and geomagnetic storms today as well. Buckle up, it's going to be a bumpy day. On top of our normal heavy incoming energies, we also have a parade of coronal mass ejections, CMEs. NOAA is showing 4 of our 6 CMEs merging together and arriving this afternoon. When that happens, we will also see our solar storms increase. That's when we could see our KP index hit all the way to a 7. We hit a KP 5 last week and we lightworkers felt it. Imagine a 7. All of these energies are working together to bring in big upgrades to get you where you need to be as we go into this next phase of ascension. 6 days until June. Then we go from working internally to watching externally. You'll then begin to see things a bit clearer. Watch as the world gradually opens their eyes and realizes things that they had no idea were happening all around them. June is the beginning of it all, the start of what we've been working so hard to achieve. Don't get me wrong, there isn't going to be a flip of a switch and all is well. It will start gradually, more alien chatter in the news, asteroid talk in the mainstream, then disillusionment from the 3D realm over the summer. Be sure to have your 3 days of groceries. This is globally Things you can keep without electricity. I'd have it by June 6th and just grab the popcorn and watch. We've done it. The light has won. We are just catching up with the adventure. Anchor your light into your area, lightworkers. Then imagine yourself floating above and send it far and wide. The area you are in is your territory. As things get intense, we need you to keep your frequency high and share it out. As things begin to happen, you'll feel this instinctively. It's go time, Divine Ones. From agirlintheuniverse.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light Anastasia, Blue Beyond Guide. Collective Upgrade 1155. Heavy Dense Energy Breakthrough 25-5-21. This has taken all day to push through with our ahead-of-time ascension, creating new paths, releasing the density of the collective through us. One will have felt physically heavy, extremely tired, doubting oneself and feeling a lot of negative energies arising to push through and break through the density. With this has come a huge power outage of over 375,000 properties across Queensland, Australia, and this is very indicative of this dense energy breakthrough. This is most definitely linked. From AnastasiaBlueBeyondGuide.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light of our Tibetan Buddhist lineage, Lama Tsultrim Alion. Saga Dawa Duchen, the most sacred day of the year. Tomorrow not only is the blood moon, lunar eclipse, May 25th, 2021. In the tune of Brahma, Shakyamuni Buddha says that by offering lights, one becomes the light of the world. Tara Mandala extend wishes to all for a wonderful Saga Dawa Duchen, the full moon of the 4th month, Saga Dawa, of the Tibetan lunar calendar. This is the most sacred day of the year in the Tibetan calendar, occurring on Wednesday, May 26. It commemorates the enlightenment and parinirvana death of the Buddha. This year, the Tara Mandala community will gather for Tsog, ritual feast in honor of this special occasion. On Saga Dawa Duchen, it is believed that the effects of our positive or negative actions are multiplied 10 million times. May we reflect upon the traditions of Saga Dawa Duchen by engaging in generosity and meritorious deeds. The most well-known tradition that we can practice is Sojin, or life release, which is to save lives of animals that are destined to be killed. While this year for many our activity in the world still remains limited, we can hold our prayers and aspirations to reduce the loss of lives and dedicate the merit of our activity to bring about positive effects and even extension of the lives of both the benefactor and practitioner. At the heart of this gesture is simply acknowledging the preciousness of life. This can also be exemplified through observing a vegetarian or vegan diet, which is a common tradition during the month of Saga Dawa. One can cultivate great merit through this aspiration, while one can create an even larger quantity of merit when adopting an extended vow of vegetarianism. On the 7th lunar calendar day of Saga Dawa, the Buddha's birthday is celebrated. This precedes Saga Dawa Duchen, which occurs on the 15th lunar calendar day. This makes Saga Dawa an incredible auspicious time, and it is known as the month of merits. The tune of Brahma. Shakyamuni Buddha lists the 10 benefits of offering lights. One becomes like the light of the world. One achieves clairvoyance of the pure eye as a human. One achieves the Deva's eye. One receives the wisdom to discriminate virtue from non-virtue. One is able to eliminate the concept of inherent existence. One receives the illumination of wisdom. One is reborn as a human or Deva. One receives great enjoyment, wealth. One becomes quickly liberated. One quickly attains enlightenment. May our hearts be touched by the Buddha's example and our motivations and activities remain loving and inspirational for the benefit of all beings. With blessings, the Tara Mandala family from taramandala.org. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Nicole Tufts. Potential massive awakening for mankind with the beginning of the 6th sun on May 26, 2021. Here we glow again. May 26th is a supermoon lunar eclipse in the sign of Sagittarius, and the beginning of the sixth sun in the Aztec calendar, and the end of an approximate 6,000-year cycle, the sun will be changing frequency into what the Aztec call the ether sun, marked by a sharp change in consciousness. Are you having more lucid dreams than normal? It's a good time to journal your dreams, as they have messages pertaining to where you may need to look inside of your mind to adapt to these new frequencies. The fifth sun, which was called the sun of solar justice, Saturn, underworld ruled, which began its ending December 21st, 2021. According to the Aztec, Toltec, and Mayan, the end of this sun will be marked by a complete destruction and upheaval of economic, environmental, psychological, political, religious, and social structures and foundations built during this last fifth sun. According to prophecy, there will be those who choose to remain in the energy of the illusion and justice of the fifth sun and face its destruction head-on. There will be those who choose to ascend to the higher frequency of the sixth sun and will create and build a new world where the inner world and outer world meet in unity, as opposed to our old world where most are only focused on their external material world. This is the beginning of the highest evolution of consciousness the modern world has ever seen, leading by dignity, respect, honorable action, unity, self-responsibility, recognizing and healing the shadow side of our consciousness, adjusting ourselves to the natural rhythms of the universe, remembering who we are and what it is we came here to do, authentic freedom. Some have already begun this process and will become leaders as more and more people choose to make the choice to ascend. It is a choice. The ether is the glue that holds reality together, the energy between planets, atoms, breaths, also known as the force or the source, the free energy that animates the universe, and everything in it, including you and I. The sixth sun marks a time of unity consciousness. Physically, you may feel slightly dizzy these days, vivid dreams, difficulty sleeping, waking dreams, etc. Deep breathing is highly recommended. On May 26, I recommend being in a place where you feel completely grounded, or gathering with people whom you feel at home or at ease with. Let go of everything you are fighting. Let go of confusion and uncertainty and give in to the unknown. The unknown is the highest vibration of creation and the energy of allowing reality to show itself to you, as opposed to controlling, will help transition into the sixth sun energy. Solar flares, higher than normal Schumann resonance to be expected, meditation, breathing, water, grounding and earthing more than normal to be expected. And from Divine Sister of the Light Elizabeth Peru, the great cosmic moment is here. Over the next 12 hours, the sun, moon, and earth will be in direct alignment as earth blocks the sun's light from the face of the moon, creating a total lunar eclipse. And it's another super full moon. This is the energy to be embraced, as it's easier right now to release and let go of old, limiting ways. The cosmos is drawing imbalances out of you naturally through this planetary force. Meditate, be still, plan for something mystical, pure, and sacred to you. That's what I'll be doing too, from ElizabethPeru.com. And from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Michael Love, the Earth Alliance, strong inbound light wave headed for Earth. Great beings of light, planet Earth has been bombarded by wave after wave of solar particles and high vibrational gamma photon light emanating from the galactic core over the last 30 Earth days. The Earth Alliance reports at this hour that approximately 24 Earth hours ago, multiple strong solar ejections blasted off the sun, and one heck of a light wave is inbound now for Earth's atmosphere. Delta forces are monitoring inbound traffic and relaying to the Earth Alliance that this series of solar blasts reached record-breaking levels because of the large number of flares that occurred in such a short time span, as well as the force that was released. Several Earth Alliance space weather monitoring groups accurately registered up to 15 C-class solar flares, 3 large M-class flares, and 1 X-class flare that ejected off the sun one after another in a rapid-fire pulse sequence. On top of these powerful solar blasts, if you look at the Schumann resonance graph for the last 30 days, you will see an entirely different frequency of exotic particles smashing into the planet with incredible force. These cosmic light rays are being measured in the 40 to 100 Hz range, which resonates above the vibration of both the third and the fourth dimensions. Earth Alliance Delta forces that keep an eye on things on a solar system level say Earth's sun is simply reacting in a powerful way to the high vibrational light waves coming from the galactic core, and there has been a recent detection of heightened solar flash activity. Great one. The DNA of all life in this cosmos is being completely recoded to a higher order by this high-frequency divine light. When these super-fast light particles smash into the auric field, the impact abruptly jars the auric field for a moment until this light is fully integrated into the physical, mental, and etheric bodies. Earth Alliance 72-hour space weather alert. The Earth Alliance has now issued the following space weather alert to the leaders of light around planet Earth. Strong cosmic and solar particle surface impact imminent for 5/25/2021 through 5/26/2021. A warning for the following list of strong to severe ascension symptoms is included in this alert for the next 72 hours. Strong headaches bordering on migraines, heart palpitations, blood pressure elevation, quick dehydration, strong physical body pains, sharp electrical tingling in lower chakras, heightened anxiety, strong body detox, nausea, restlessness. Pleiadian Protocol B, counsel for easing particle impact after effect. Only ingest nature and drink lots of mineral water. Soak in sea salt bath. Keep crystals close to your auric field. Meditate. Do deep breath work. Ground in Gaia nature. Stop, rest, and take it easy for a moment. DNA upgrades are imminent over the next 72 hours, and remember, cosmic light data only penetrates into your DNA when you enter a deep delta REM sleep state. After this, the DNA is recoded, and the layered body system is rebooted and comes back online fully activated. We, the Pleiadians, say, embrace the light and breathe it deeply in. We honor you because as a higher being who came to Earth to assist humanity, you took on the challenge of holding divine light in your being for the sake of the whole world. It takes a strong light being to be able to take in these large doses of intelligent light and hold it inside the cells of your body. Know that all is well, and remember, you were made for this. You are becoming an angelic master now as you evolve your consciousness levels even higher. Hang in there and brace for the light. Stand by as a massive inbound wave of cosmic and solar particles make impact with the surface of Earth and the layered body system. Let us know what ascension symptoms and major life changes you may be experiencing at this time. Godspeed, Michael and the Pleiadians, from 5DEarthProject.com. And from Divine Feminine 7777. The full moon lunar eclipse that is happening on the 26th of May is really powerful, transformational, and important in many aspects. A lunar eclipse represents a time to reset our emotions and clear away everything we don't need anymore. All the emotional baggage we are carrying within, and we don't even know. It is the first total lunar eclipse in more than 2 years, and it coincides with a supermoon, which makes it even more powerful. It also marks the beginning of a series of 4 big lunar eclipses in 2 years. Whoa, big change. Get ready for a shakeup and deep transformation. We are invited to go deep into the shadows and get to know ourselves, explore the depths of our subconscious shadow side. This journey will bring some serious internal shifts that might seem too much to take, but when we look back, we will know why they needed to happen and how they helped us open up to the true eternal part of ourselves that we couldn't see, recognize, access before. We are on our way home, and the lunar eclipses are helping us dive deep. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Natalia, Alba, beloved ones, we are about to welcome one of the most powerful passages of all this transformative year, the Sagittarius eclipse on May 26th. An eclipse that, together with the Pleiadian portal that we just had and whose energies will remain with us for a while, sets the pillar for a profound inner transformation, a personal shift that many in the collective are already experiencing, and that is leading them to step into a new state of being and hence harmonic space. an eclipse that will bring truth and personal realizations, depending where you are in your unique evolutionary journey, as no planetary event is the same for two people on a personal level. We all have our own way to integrate and are in different stages of our ascension, which is why it is so important to ask to our unified self for assistance as our main guide of all, as it knows what we need and when we need it. As many times we think that we are ready to go further and integrate new frequencies, but our bodies are not yet prepared for this massive embodiment. This is something that our illumined God Self knows and will orchestrate perfectly for us. For some, this will be about focusing on clearing. For others, it will be about DNA reconnection. And for others, it will be more about focusing on their mission as planetary healers. We just have to surrender and trust that all comes when we are ready and when we prepare ourselves, in a physical level too, and not when our egoic self wishes. The descension and subsequent integration of the current planetary energies is done when our body is able to hold them. Otherwise, they could destabilize our body. This is why at this time self-clearing is so important, so we can release before integrating again and receiving a higher clarity. Guides emphasize the importance of working on our heart center at this time, opening and expanding more of our heart so what we create reaches all. To do so, apart from the benevolent assistance of our guides team, we also have the Emerald Ray, a wonderful tool that will assist us in both opening our hearts and into our mission as planetary healers. A heart fully opened is important to receive the truth, to conquer the shadows. So through allowing ourselves to be vulnerable, we too create a strong heart field that does not hesitate to feel every feeling, transforming pain rather than rejecting it, and therefore no longer close to see with clarity the truth, for it will not hurt us in the same way again, as we are now not afraid to go deeper into the essence of emotions and all things that we as humans experience. A message that was introduced by the numbers 4-4, numbers that represent the massive collective heart opening that is taking place at this time, as well as the stabilization required for us to continue anchoring this new harmonic timeline, something that we all do as one simply by choosing to remain in the illumined essence of who we are, and that is only love, a love that knows no judgment, limitation, or manipulation. As always, it is all where we all are in our ascension journey, what will determine if we become emotional, more eager to co-create and communicate, or if we need to take some time for us to heal and clear ourselves before continuing creating in the physical. An eclipse that is introduced by the Sun already in Gemini, which facilitates communication, and Saturn retrograde together with Mercury, doing the same a few days later on May 29. In truth, nothing is ever retrograde within creation, as this is just another of the many human illusions that we are here to bring into consciousness and clear. The most important alignment during the eclipse is that it makes a mutable T-square with Jupiter and Pisces. Jupiter in Pisces is all about healing, compassion, empathy, and a deeper connection with the invisible world that is also a part of who we are. It is with Pisces that we prepare ourselves for the last step, Ascension. It is a wonderful opportunity to work on surrendering, acceptance, and clearing delusions, so we can see with balance reality. Sagittarius and Pisces are precisely all about the resurrection, the calcination of the ego, one through fire and through water, a higher learning that comes when we know ourselves, regain memory of our soul lineage, and take the time to heal ourselves and learn our lessons, so we can now finally continue rediscovering ourselves in our eternal personal quest for wisdom and higher levels of love. The T-square involving Jupiter is all about the expansion into our illumined aspect, the one that is finally resurrected within our human body, and it is now ready to remember all that we previously chose to forget when we incarnated into this plane. As we have the Gemini-Sagittarius axis being the second eclipse in Gemini in 2 weeks, we are invited to go deeper into our inner wisdom, exploring the many realms that again only lie within. A time to learn and hence grow and expand, for this is a time for us to regain a higher vision so we can be able to help those who, like us, are now choosing to step into this evolutionary journey and need our most sincere assistance and love. Being open rather than judging all we think it is wrong and those who act differently than us, is also a great reminder by these two signs at this time. For there are many opinions, as we live within diversity and freedom, and we all need to work on respect and understanding, for we all came here to be compassionate, and we often tend to become too rigid, if we do not resonate with others' personal choices. All this is what precisely shows us where we are in our journey. Do we need to be more open-minded and work in acceptance? Do we need to understand that others have the right to choose differently? Humility in this path is pivotal, for we know nothing in truth, as we are just beginning our conscious path to unity consciousness, and we need to be constantly releasing old beliefs, false ideas, and above all educate ourselves so we can see the truth, not just our ego's view. Despite the many surrounding energies, this eclipse is an opportunity for us to begin working on the conscious communication with the illumined aspects of who we are, as well as with the many benevolent beings in other dimensions that are part of creation and that guide us throughout our human journey. For as conscious multidimensional beings, we are becoming more and more aware of our function as dimensional liaisons, maneuvering within many timelines for the purpose of bringing benevolent information that will benefit all, as we continue transitioning into the already harmonic reality that many have chosen to occupy at this time. Doors are open for us to cross at any time into a new timeline, doors that only by inner knowing we can know which one is the best for us to step into or to dismiss. Doors that are energetic portals formed by many energies within and outside our universe that align to give us another opportunity to release all limitation and step into infinite possibilities. Doors that will always be available to us, for when we are ready, as there is nothing ever hidden within creation. Only we have the keys to traverse our limited realities. Only we have the power and hence the will to choose where we desire to dwell next. I wish you a blessed eclipse, beloved ones, with infinite love, Natalia Alba, StarseedSoul.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Karen Lithica, Light Ship Advancement, the Arcturians. Amongst the unfolding of your reality, we ask you to hold steady, Wayshowers, to expand your consciousness to infinite point of awareness to the stars and universe, to expand your personal light construct, your universal light view, beyond your peripheral eye view, for many ships are here, beyond the allowance of your retracted vision, easily visible when the global vision of your light spectrum is expanded. Know the great expansion will be soon as it unfolds to the consciously connected ones, the starseed and enlightened heart beings of your world, for the light ships are becoming forever more visible as you align your cosmic awareness to a higher cellular expansion. It will continue to unfold as the rapid expansion phase is now. You will individually reach us by aligning your multidimensional light force to feel this light spectrum, for this is where the galactic light families reside. Know it is getting easier as your world is rapidly upgrading to meet the Galactic Federation of Light Unity. For human unity plus galactic unity is a powerful light alliance, as we are uniting, integrating with your timeline, sending waves of cosmic love, the Arcturians and Karen Lithica from KarenLithica.com. And from Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, A Total Lunar Eclipse in Sagittarius by Levi Banner. Where I am in Bali, it will happen just after sunset, moonrise on May 25th, all the way to the United States where it will happen just before sunrise, moonset on May 26th. Wherever you are, if it's visible or not, you will feel it. It's also an important time for ceremony, so if you can see it, I highly suggest to view it and honor it in your own special way. A lunar eclipse is when the Earth is exactly between the Sun and the Moon, quite literally blocking the Sun's light from reflecting off the full moon. Instead of the brightness of the moon's light at night, we see the Earth's shadow projected instead. It appears as if you can see the entire month's lunar cycle in a couple of hours, whereas the actual totality of this eclipse lasts only 14 minutes. Indeed, a potent time for ceremony. A meditation, for example, during that 14 minutes would be extra powerful. One eclipse is always followed by a second, so in 2 weeks there will be an annular solar eclipse in the opposite sign of Gemini. This is when the moon will cross directly in front of the sun and block out the light of the day. Between these 2 weeks is like a window of time where you feel the effects of the eclipse energy in your daily life. This full moon will enter into a 2-week eclipse portal where the shadows can come out and deep healing can take place. Eclipses always bring up the shadows. That's literally what they are in the sky, a block in the light and the shadows cast. You can more easily see what's beneath the surface during these times. This 2-week portal is where our deepest fears, blocks, and hesitations can be looked at and let go of. Eclipses are always close to the lunar nodes. This lunar eclipse is near the south node and gives us a tremendous clue on what the nature of this alignment is. The south node is more oriented towards our past and therefore letting go of what no longer serves us and collecting what is useful that we've learned to move on with. The sign that the eclipse is in also has a major influence on the energy. The sign of Sagittarius is what is being accented. Sagittarius is the sign of exploration, expansion, adventure, philosophy, and seeking higher truth and knowledge. The shadows of Sagittarius are generally fundamentalism or restlessness. Like when someone obtains a truth and attaches to it, without a desire to evolve or produce new forms of truth, the truth then expires. Some forms of truth are always changing. Another shadow is the restlessness of the Sag archetype. Sag is the only one that when a group gets to the top of the mountain, they are still looking for another mountaintop. Sometimes it's a good time to enjoy the view that only comes from an epic journey up that mountain. It's time to let go of these versions of Sagittarius that are no longer useful. What is your truth? What is no longer true for you? What is uncharted territory for you? What is stuck? It's time to release what no longer serves you and enter the space of finding deeper meaning and higher truths. From Divine Bro-Star of the Light Daniel Giamario, Total Lunar Eclipse Ceremonial Suggestions for the Super Blood Moon. The much anticipated total lunar eclipse is soon here. Included here is the chart from Los Angeles. The partial eclipse will begin at 2:44 a.m. Wednesday morning. Totality is from 4:11 a.m. to 4:25 a.m. The partial eclipse ends at 5:52 a.m., almost exactly at moonset, 1 minute later. This lunar eclipse is part of the Saros 121 that started in 1029 and ends in 2526. Interestingly, this is the last total eclipse in the series, explaining why the length of totality is only about 14 minutes. This eclipse is being termed as Super Blood Moon. The fact that this phrase is now even used by astronomers is surprising and somewhat amusing. The use of blood for a lunar eclipse also started in 2014 to 2015 with the so-called blood moon tetrad due to an unusual sequence of lunar eclipses. It was started by a group of biblically inspired astrologers, and it's now used even by astronomers for all total lunar eclipses. By the way, I've experienced total lunar eclipses many times. I'm after all a self-described eclipse junkie, and have never seen the moon turn red, sometimes orange but not red. The use of the super word is also interesting. For many years, the Shamanic Astrology Mystery School has called any total lunar eclipse a super full moon, and any total solar eclipse a super new moon. Now it seems to be applied to a perigee moon by astronomers and astrologers alike. Very interesting is the evolution of terminology. Kaylin Castell's research on the origins of the blue moon terminology is another case in point. Whatever the terminology, this lunar eclipse is a great opportunity for ceremony and setting intentions. Both solar and lunar eclipses have shadow and light. The ancients primarily saw shadow, danger, and bad omens. Shamanic astrology never perceives anything as good or bad, as every event is a form of initiation with a specific set of intentions. Recently, I've seen posts that suggest that a lunar eclipse is more positive than a solar eclipse. From my experience of many lunar eclipse gatherings, there is a considerably greater chance of preponderance of shadow within the lunar ones. Great spiritual luminaries such as Père Vilayat have agreed with this, but an often overlooked factor is whether the eclipse is a north node eclipse or a south node eclipse. This total lunar eclipse features the moon with the south node. The total solar eclipse coming 2 weeks later is a north node eclipse. These differences can contribute to our understanding of the intention, as well as offer clues as to create a ceremony. Being present in a ceremony for a total lunar eclipse offers an opportunity to observe an entire lunation, from full moon waning to new moon and then waxing back to full moon. Being a south node eclipse, there is a greater emphasis on the past. Even if you have little or no connection on your personal chart to the 0 through 15 degree Sagittarius-Gemini axis, you can place attention on the shadow of these two signs, currently and throughout human history. This can be done best in a focus group during the waning portion of the eclipse. Then during totality, the portal opens, and the eternal verities and the essence of the Sagittarius Mystery School can infuse the celebrants, receiving guidance from the region of the galactic center and the Golden Gate. Nearby is the great star Antares in the Scorpion. We can also imagine a thorough composting of the historical and collective shadow of Sagittarius. Following the brief 14 minutes of totality, we can watch the slowly waxing moon return to fullness. This can be a great time for planting the seeds and setting the intentions for future possibilities. Inspired by the Sagittarius-Gemini axis, I can see this as an open investigation of the many and varied pathways to truth and freedom, with an absence of any fundamentalism and dogma, as fullness nears what a great time for celebration and gratitude it can be. Serious intention and earnestness gives way to fun and happiness. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Meg Benedict. Just hours till supermoon lunar eclipse activations. You may already be sensing the powerful energy of Wednesday's total supermoon lunar eclipse at 5 degrees Sagittarius. The planetary field is alive and pulsing with light. This will be the closest supermoon of the year, amplifying intensities in the geomagnetic field. Lunar eclipses affect the deeper emotional self, initiating inner growth, awareness, and new cycles. But first we need to acknowledge old, entrenched patterns and buried emotional trauma surfacing for healing and clearing. This eclipse series on the Gemini-Sagittarius nodal axis emphasizes new information, ideas, freedom and balanced communication. Does society remain polarized or choose higher conscious solutions for the greater good? The supermoon lunar eclipse in Sagittarius and the galactic center inspires an expanded heart space for more love. Eclipses are evolutionary gateways that initiate unpredictable change in a very short time. Let's spread a massive wave of love all around the world. Wednesdays, a spectacular blood moon lunar eclipse will be seen over Australia, parts of the western U.S., western South America, and Southeast Asia. Working with Archangel Metatron and Michael, we will travel to the galactic vortex and activate personal healing and planetary intentions for the new timeline. The lunar eclipse is a time of clearing old energy, so the new paradigm can anchor in the earth plane. Together we will focus on personal and global ascension activations as we contribute higher frequencies in unity consciousness. From NewEarthCentral.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. Since January 2021, the emotional body and chakra system have been releasing heavy karmic burdens. The root, sacral, and solar plexus chakras have been purifying attachments and genetic trauma of your ancestral line stored in your frequency of your system. Releasing of this decay is here with the full moon eclipse. Breakups and breakthroughs are erupting for your new beginning. You rescue not only yourself but the collective from the distorted feminine toxic slave system the world has revolved around. Your position to free yourself to thrive as divine feminine Christ is happening in the physical. We are actively flipping into a new timeline of alchemical covenant unions manifested on earth. You are the hero going through the portal, the void, and crossing the waters out to the other side. The fire of the Holy Spirit is transmuting everything that needs to stay behind, ensuring you are healthy, healed, and restored through this gateway. You have successfully ascended out of the 26,000-year loop of karmic destruction and betrayal under the Jezebel spirit. The Piscean age of soul-bound karmic relationships are collapsing for new golden age of divine unions. Stresses and drama of the past are becoming a distant memory. You no longer need to repeat these cycles as you did the work. Congratulations and well done, family. In your new reality, everything you need to create a successful life and lifestyle is in your hands. Whether male or female, you embody the feminine creator and have the perfect masculine match to create with that vibrates at the same tone, harmony, and frequency as you. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. From Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. And from here in the Moon Astrology, Tuesday, May 25th, a heads up for the super blue moon lunar eclipse and incoming geomagnetic storm. Its shadow across the Pacific has already shut down a massive power plant in Queensland. Remind yourself that this deep space eclipse wave is not head stuff, it's somatic, physical, integrative. Drop old archetypes, ways, and templates of translating reality. They are falling away with lower timelines. Don't just replace past patterns with a different facade, title, or label. Leave behind the intense focus on your small personality self. I have Moon Square Pluto, or my Enneagram number is, or my story is so special. Watch as linear creations such as time plans or timetables and blueprints appear briefly then disappear. Know that timeline shifts are switching the storyline, while identity shifts are changing the role you play within that storyline. Understand that your astrology chart is your Merkaba, your soul vehicle for this lifetime. It's not about polishing or pimping the vehicle or sitting in it looking at the engineering, but where you go in it and how well you read the weather conditions. Learn to respond to and not interpret your own and unique changes and shifts. Notice where your awareness has changed along with your passion, your focus. Instead of being caught up in the drama of eclipses and solar flares or symptoms, ground your expanding energy field and embodiment. Create reliable, daily foundations to transition you to the new experience. We haven't seen anything yet. In June, as yet more veils are lasered away by the June solar eclipse and the Cancer solstice, your life stream is going to hit some turbulence. From here in the moonastrology.co.uk. And today from Divine Sister of the Light Leah, Whitehorse, Lua Astrology, Sun in Gemini, semi-square Mars in Cancer, Mars in Cancer, quincunx, Juno retrograde in Sagittarius. As we move towards the first of the eclipses, the atmosphere feels spiky edgy. We may feel more touchy than usual. Hackles raised, words falling short of the comfort we need. We could struggle with motivation too, unsure of whether what we committed to before still excites us or interests us. Feeling out of sorts means comfort food and a blanket fort look a whole lot better than conquering yet another mountain. Sometimes your inner warrior needs some soul sustenance. Build that blanket fort if you must. Take time to think rather than feeling forced to rush. Don't doubt your strength just because of one bad day or bad week or bad month. Powerful reserves are accessible when you allow yourself a time out. Pay attention to how you are communicating with yourself and with others. Let go of worrying about what others think. Now is not the time to force the point. Wait for the dust to settle. From LeahWhitehorse.com. Today from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 162, White Rhythmic Wind. Rhythmic is the name for the number 6, and its keywords are balance, organize, and equality. This is the 6th day of the Red Earth Wave spell. Day 6 is all about getting organized and sorting out your life, take care of bills, housework, shopping, etc. To be balanced, one must walk and talk and take care of business at the same time. We are spiritual beings, of course, but with a body and a life that needs to be taken care of. Being practical is an important grounding ritual that frees up your mind for more interesting things, so get it done. Today is white wind and its keywords are communication, spirit, and breath. Today is the perfect day for organizing communication. Send a letter, organize a protest, hold a meeting, or facilitate a workshop. Think about how your life could be better organized and think about how better you could express your needs. Connecting to spirit is another aspect of the white wind. Write a message on a piece of paper and put it under your pillow or say it out loud. Spirit hears your messages, but sometimes you have to speak up. The guide today is also white wind, and so a double helping. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papa Giorgio, white rhythmic wind, kin 162, 25th of May 2021, balancing breath, a breath of fresh air. 25-5-2021 equal 25-5-5 equal 7-10 equal 17 equal 8. 25 power, leadership, command. 7 magic, mystic, spiritual, initiation, solitude. 5 freedom, change, transformation, liberation. 10 manifestation, power, authority, leader. 8 infinite abundance, source flow. Kin 162 equal 9, divine destiny. Today's code is a super powerful double dose of guidance from Spirit, seeking to bring more balance into your world. Kin 162 is a very potent influence blowing directly from the pearly gates today. Day 6 in the Red Earth wave spell of evolution, through navigating our way through the signs, synchronicity, and earth magic, flowing and aligning with the rhythms and cycles of Nova Gaia. Today we are listening, communicating, and breathing life and spirit into our physical bodies in order to organize for greater balance in our physical realities. Tone of creation, rhythmic, tone 6 in the physical realm, action balances, power organizes, essence equality. The rhythmic phase is the one where this all-adventuring and radiating miracle that is you learns to walk, but consciously, precisely, with fine organizational instincts, and what superb balance we see. Very soon you have mastered walking and are up and running. Go forth and explore your territory. Today is a great day to find balance in your physical reality body by using your breath to clear and balance any energetic blocks in your body and our world in order to come into greater alignment with Spirit. A great day for yoga, walking, dancing, and singing. Today we are organizing our physical reality for greater balance and equality. A fantastic day for spring cleaning and feng shui, decluttering your house, space, organizing your office, channeling ideas, journaling, or reflecting on your desires and dreams. It is time to allow your dreams to surface and flow through you, bringing them forth into your physical reality. Today we use our wisdom to make better choices and communicate our wisdom to our planetary kin to manifest the brightest outcome for our planet. Yellow Human enables us to look to the wisdom of the ancient ones, the wise ones, and the prophets who knew the best ways to seed a beautiful new consciousness based on cooperative living in our communities. Surrender to the will of the divine to uncover your roadmap for your next evolutionary chapter. Today's question is, how can I allow the breath of Spirit to flow through me to bring more balance and equality into my life and world? Am I willing and able to become a divine conduit for Spirit, divine blessings for brilliant revelations today through channeling Spirit's messages? In Lakeka Lakin, Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 162, White Rhythmic Wind, the mantra, the code for today is, I organize in order to communicate. Balancing breath, I seal the input of Spirit. With the rhythmic tone of equality, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And with the power of your spirit, your mind, your emotions, your feelings, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your visions, your dreams, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to take the time now to thank everyone for supporting us and our work and mission. We rely on our monthly pledges on Patreon and our donations for our daily living expenses. So we appreciate everyone for your support. If you'd like to make a monthly pledge and help us to continue to bring these transmissions to the world daily, you can do so at whitegoldeagle.com. And if you'd like to make a one-time donation, you can at the link through our PayPal on eaglelovecondor.com. I'd like to also take the time to thank everyone for supporting my Sacred Condor's art business. You can now purchase her custom-made Zodiac Goddess totems. Thank you to whoever purchased the totem today. The Gemini, we're not sure the name, so thank you whoever that was for a gift. Beautiful gift for a friend. So all these goddesses and other art are encoded with the Divine Goddess, Divine Union, Divine Abundance code. So check these out at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to end today's transmission with more powerful codes and a divine decree, starting with the codes from our Pleiadian bro stars and sisters of the light. Pleiades 1 messages, May 25th, 2021. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. Specific constructions of Allied X begins. Cavalry X is ready. Elemental kingdoms are established again. Divine practices increase. Inner kingdoms continue to be reborn. Moral blooms spread. Divine friendships return. Specific deprojection of Arcturus forces in progress. Presences of dragon guardians spread. Warrior archetypes harmonize. Magnetic doors open. Projectors for aimed 69% non-regressive. Projectors for aimed and in reverberation 64% non-regressive. Aum Shuram +++12 plus 144 active and reverberating. Active efficiency 66% non-regressive. Temporarily end of transmission, Pleiades 1, potentiating Lemurian inheritances from disclosurenews.it. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Sandra Walter, the divine decree for today. I am a responsible creator being. I create peace, harmony, and unity, divinity, unconditional love, and ascension to the maximum amount allowed by cosmic law in this now. From ascensionpath.com. And with that, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for being here on this most important and powerful mission of the ascension of Gaia and all her children. We appreciate each and every one of you for your support, for your light, for your love, and keep shining your light brightly into the night, and walk gently your sacred path with heart. Remember always, I am the way, the truth, and the life. There is no separation in reality, only unity and the seemingly separation of our individual consciousness that is one with the collective, that is one with all. The internal mirror the external, and the external mirror the internal. We bridge the two worlds together through our sacred vessel, through our intent, our awareness, and our perception. For all things are perfectly resolved in the unborn mind of Buddha. And through this resolution we find peace, harmony, joy, and bliss, which is our true natural state of being. Have a beautiful and blessed life, and be sure to make it the best day ever. The eagle and the condor love you all. Namaste.